What'd you like about Jordan's performance on third down on Sunday?
Yeah, made good decisions, protected the ball, was poised. Thought our O-line did a nice job protecting for him, gave him some time to go through his progression, but he looked relaxed and he looked confident.
I'm guessing, I'm sure third down's a big emphasis every training camp, every year for every team, but was it especially a big deal for you guys? I mean, you had slumped a bit, last year with Aaron to get that cranked back up.
Well, it was only one game, but yeah, that's always an emphasis every year is to make sure you're productive on third downs, giving your offense more opportunities. But yeah, no, I was happy with our performance.
So you didn't have Christian, but yet those young guys stepped up. If you don't have Aaron Jones this week, what do you think?
Yeah, you just got to move on to the next guy. That's the thing about the NFL. You talk about it with the players. Everyone's got to be ready because at some point during the season, your opportunity is going to get called on, and we just got to be ready to go no matter who's in there. So, some things, we may not have some things if Aaron Jones isn't playing, obviously, but we may have others for other guys. So it's just balancing it out and just always trying to get the ball to your best playmakers.
Wilson ready, Steno?
Yeah, he's done a good job. We saw what he was about in preseason. He made some really big plays, ran the ball pretty well. So, if he gets in there, I think he'll be ready.
More special teams related than last week?
What's that?
Taylor's call up more special teams related?
Yeah, PT's got a lot of experience. Does a really good job for Rich on special teams too. So, yeah.
I asked Dave after the game about being able to go out there and play without a lot of practice reps, and he invoked Allen Iverson on me. Practicing so hard. How rare is his ability to go out and play at a high level without practicing from your considerable experience?
Yeah, no, it definitely, I don't think anyone that doesn't have kind of the banked reps and experience that he has can do that. We saw a couple years ago when Aaron had COVID and came back the day before a game and threw for like 400 yards or something like that. I was like, oh my God, that's impressive. But, some of those elite players can do things like that. But again, David does a lot of studying. He does a lot of, the walkthroughs and jog-throughs that we have and all that stuff just to make sure his timing's good with Jordan and all that stuff, and his communication's good with the front and the tight ends and all that. So he does a lot of things behind the scenes that you don't really see.
Is that something where anyone with his catalog of experience can just do it at this point in their careers, or something beyond that allows that to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think it has a lot to do with the experience and just being able to have that control of your body and control of your technique and all that stuff, and just being in the system for going on his 5th year now, just all the reps that he's had in previous years, being able to use that and still play at a high level.
And what did you think of the execution on that backside screen, at the beginning of the third quarter? And what kind of spark do you think that was, being able to get that?
Oh, it was huge. It was huge. Anytime, when you're working on those plays or you're calling those plays, it's kind of a feast or famine deal. And we were able to get the right look we wanted. We did a great job with the O-line getting out in front of the backs. And one thing, our receivers did an awesome job blocking down the field, getting hats on hats, and then just getting a huge explosive play because it was a very close game at that point and kind of got us rolling.
Along those lines, when you guys ran quarterback option at practice during training camp, old guys like me thought, wow, that's a great play. Obviously, it didn't work at all.
Yeah.
So, on plays like that, and I guess you can kind of speak generally if you feel like running again, but when it gets totally trashed, does that play get trashed as well, or could you maybe unearth it down
No, definitely not. You try and get the look you want, and sometimes you don't get the look you want, sometimes you don't execute it. Whatever it is, it's still a good play. So maybe we'll see that at some point later.
When we were talking to Gutekunst late in the training camp, he talked about how he's seen a lot of Jordan. There's a lot of confidence there, but until the game started, you just don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a moment early or at any point in the game as you're looking, okay, how's he going to handle this, that kind of showed you, okay, he'll handle this pretty well? What were you looking for?
I think it was in the red zone when Romeo scored that touchdown on the first drive. He was very poised in the pocket, and just went through his progression and then anticipated really nicely on the throw, that in breaker to Romeo, where it was just a very relaxed, confident play. And obviously we scored a touchdown. So I think that, just that right from the start, got him rolling and got him feeling good.
What do you tell him on the sack, at the end of the first half? Where, I mean, everything's, at what point, I guess, does he have to throw it away in that aggression?
Yeah, in that situation, that's a kind of a really bad time to take a sack, because it could potentially put you out of field goal range. You know what I mean? It makes you burn a timeout. Whereas if you can just get rid of the ball, go through your progression and find the open guy, or if there isn't anyone, then, yeah, like you said, just get rid of the ball so you don't have to burn your timeout or, lose yards and put yourself potentially out of field goal range. It's one of those areas where you just have to, through experience and all that stuff, understand the situation and know what to do there.
Because it looked like he did go through his progressions, right? And then he started to bail.
Yep.
Once you've gone through that last
that's where you kind of want to just ditch it if you can. Yeah.
What's the challenge this week?
Atlanta's got an excellent defense. Their defensive line is very good. Dupree, Calais Campbell, Grady Jarrett, Onyemata, all those guys are really, really physical, established players in this league. Linebackers fly around. They're very fast. And their secondary is excellent. Their corners, their edge guys are good. Very aggressive safeties. So it's going to be a huge challenge for us, basically across the board. And then obviously road game. We just got to keep doing a great job communicating, keep doing a great job executing, and just making sure when we get those opportunities to make plays that we do.
With the learning curve that comes for first-year tight ends, how do you think Musgrave and Sims held up as blockers?
Good, yeah. I thought all those guys did a good job. They have a lot to improve on, but you could see as the game was going, it wasn't too big for them. They all had good looks in their eyes. They were all aggressive. And, yeah, I like that room. Obviously, not a lot of experience, but they're all tough kids that play very hard and they play the right way. So I think, just as the season progresses, I'm looking for a lot of improvement there from those guys.
With the run game, this isn't even meant to be a criticism. Is it hard to build a run game in training camp when you also have to get a young quarterback ready? I'm just wondering if there's anything to this whole start on Sunday.
Well, there's a lot of challenges kind of getting a run game going with how practices are nowadays, where you're not in pads and OTAs, you're not, you're in limited pads as opposed to previous years. So getting that established kind of takes time, and you have to really be diligent on your fundamentals and walkthroughs and all that stuff, because you're not getting as many live reps as you normally would. So, yeah, that's a challenge for sure.
So is there concern that you average less than 3 yards a carry the other day, or is it one of those
No,
things that
I
you
think
got enough talent and it's going to be fine?
Yeah, we had too many negative runs on first down. That was our biggest problem. So I think we just got to do a better job executing, making sure we're getting them in the right plays and things like that. But no, we had good effort, and we'll just keep sticking with it, and I think we'll be all right.
Do you like what Rasheed Walker gave you and as a tight end?
Yeah, she's a versatile guy. He's very athletic, so he does a good job out in space, and yeah, I'm glad we kind of have a role for him there, and I think he's doing a good job with that.
With Christian out against the Bears, how did you feel like Romeo stepped up as a leader for the team? Obviously, he scored touchdowns.
Yeah, no, he did a great job, and he's been doing a great job all camp. I can't say enough great things about Romeo. Just, his work ethic, how much he's improved, and he's kind of, I don't know if you guys have ever talked to him, he's not a very outspoken guy. He's a pretty quiet guy, so for him to kind of come out of his shell like that, it's pretty cool to see.
So you might coming out of his shell, his touchdown celebration?
Oh, yeah, you don't see that much from Romeo. That was pretty cool, that's for sure.
He played a lot as a rookie, and we talk all the time about that first to second year jump. Where have you seen that with him?
I think just his overall route running detail, things like that, where he can do more. But you saw he's always had powerful hands. The way he went up for that fade and caught that, that was pretty impressive. But just his confidence, and then him in the run game too, you can see that he's more confident in there blocking people.